a job, a career is like the central pillar of their life. And on the Christmas Eve, they called me and they just dropped the bombshell on me again that we are letting you go. And this is a paper that you have to sign. Imagine being confronted by the same people that really, really wanted you a while back, and now they're telling you that you are not good enough, that you're not meeting performance, that you are like a big black hole on their budget sheet. Okay, so this is a story of how I got fired for the first time ever in my life in Estonia, and that happened on a Christmas Eve. In order to tell you the story, I have to give you a little bit of a background. My first job ever that I did in Estonia, I did that for quite a long time. I did that for more than 5 years. But I think I hit a ceiling there. I wasn't growing as much. I wasn't earning as much as I thought I should. I wasn't actively looking for a job. But then one day I got a call from somebody who wanted to interview me for their startup. Now, that person, we knew each other through a mutual friend, a very highly reputable mutual friend in Estonia. And because, Estonia is small, so everybody sort of knows everybody through just one or two people. So yeah, I went to the interview. They had a really ambitious startup. It was in another field, but they wanted me actually quite badly because they created almost a very new position just for me. It actually paid quite okay as well, and I thought everything is okay, looks as good as it could be, and I decided, okay, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna shift my job. So I left my old job and I went to my new job, and in the beginning everything was okay, but there was a problem. And the problem was, being a startup, they weren't get any new business, they weren't get any more projects. And that was a big bummer because the position that they hired me for was, primarily related to new projects, not something that was already in production. But yeah, my position required that new projects do come in. So for almost a year, everything was okay. But then one day I got called into the office and there was a bombshell dropped on me. And I was told that my performance is not okay, and I'm being put on a probationary period for 3 months. And if I don't perform, then I will be let go for the lack of performance. That was a very big deal for me because you have to understand that for a guy, a job, a career is like the central pillar of their life. A job is something that their whole life is built around. And if you're not good enough for your job, everything around that just falls apart. So it's a huge deal for somebody. But after a while, when I looked back, I calmed down and I realized that, this doesn't make any sense because they never mentioned anything like that before to me during our work or performance reviews, anything. And I kind of understood that they're not going through some really good times and they just wanted to let me go, but they want me to take the blame. So I just made sure to tell them, okay, please give me some KPIs, please give me some actual numbers that you want me to meet. And I sadly didn't get any proper response to that. 3 months passed and it was almost the end of the year. The vacation time was there. And on the Christmas Eve, they called me and they just dropped the bombshell on me again that we are letting you go. And this is a paper that you have to sign. Now, I'm smart enough to know that anytime something like that comes up and somebody comes up to you, puts you in a position of guilt and asks you to sign anything, you don't do that. You don't sign anything under pressure or under duress. And I flatly refused. It was very stressful because imagine being confronted by the same people that really, really wanted you a while back, and now they're telling you that you are not good enough, that you're not meeting performance, that you are like a big black hole on their budget sheet. That's very sad, especially when you've put in all the hard work that you can do and that you actually left another job just to build this company. And I almost begged him and I said, okay, listen, there are two ways to let me go, right? One way is that you fire me on the base of lack of performance. And you know that I will contest that. I don't believe that to be true. The other is, if you fire me, if you lay me off on the basis of, that the company is going through economic difficulties and we have to eliminate this position. Just let me go on the basis of that. Now, there are a number of reasons for that, but the biggest reason is that if a company terminates you on the basis of lack of performance, you don't get any unemployment benefits, any employment benefits that you've been paying for the last 10 years that you've been working. Now is the time to get them, and you don't get them. So I really told them that, okay, listen, please don't do this. I knew that I was right, and I knew it because they had made a very fatal mistakes. 3 months ago, they told me very stupidly and in writing that they will eliminate the position that they have hired me for if I'm not performing well. And the thing is that according to the law, if you let go somebody on the basis of performance, you can't let that position finish. You have to hire somebody, because otherwise you're just eliminating the position, and that shows to the law that you are just suffering through economic difficulties and you want to do some reshuffling. I kind of knew that I was right, so I prepared my case. By that time, I was pretty well versed in the Estonian law, and thankfully, the best thing about the Estonian labor law is that it favors employees quite much. So if a company really wants to terminate you, they really need to have a very, very good probable cause with a lot of evidence and a lot of things that they know for sure that the person hasn't met. I talked to a lawyer, which thankfully agreed to hear my case, even though there was this time of vacations as well. I knew that I was right. I had prepared my case, and I was just waiting for them to come back after the vacations. Now, I actually had very little hope that they would listen to me. A couple of days before New Year's, I got a call from the company, and they told me that, okay, we are letting you go and we are laying you off like properly because on the clause of the economic downturn. So yeah, so this means that I would get my severance, 1 month salary in Estonia, and that I will also be able to get unemployment benefits till the time that I get another job. I'm glad that they came through and it didn't drag on too much, because it's a really, really stressful time. Terribly stressful. Imagine that your whole life hinges on this one point. Thankfully for me, I had already gotten my permanent resident card, so I was not really tied to my job for my stay in Estonia. But I know a lot of people who go through the same stuff and whose residence permit is tied to the job, and they are in such a terrible position. To wrap it up, the reason why I'm telling you all of this story is simply because I want to implore you very much that you should know your rights. You should know all the rights, and you should never ever let anybody trample on those rights. If you ever come across a bully, then make sure that they understand that there are consequences to bullying. Be loud and be straight. But if you are right and you know that you are right, then don't ever lose your ground. No matter how scared, how afraid, how inconsequential you think you are, keep it on the inside. Put on a brave face for the world on the outside. And if you have ever been in this kind of a situation, then I would like to hear about your experience, because I know for a fact that there are many, many people who have gone through the similar scenarios. I would just like to hear about your experience. Put them down below in the comments. And if you need any help related to legal matters, then I know some pretty good people. Just reach out to me down below and I will patch you through to them. That was all. That was me. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.